Do you reckon that? I got a controversial thing on the League Cup. To spice it up, let that be that game that gets played abroad. The final.
Which one?
The League Cup.
Why? What?
Just to spice it up.
The final.
What? So Derby can play against City
you know what they did with the
ridiculous.
Spanish one, where they played the semi-final and the final.
That wasn't well received though at all. They hated that.
For me, I wouldn't do that.
And you know what would happen? There'd be huge prize money on it.
No, but
and then
Robbie,
teams will take it more serious.
No, but Robbie, we've had this conversation
This
before.
is competition's dying, man.
If a smaller team actually gets to the semi-finals, and we can't keep ruling that out because it's happened before. If a smaller team gets semi-final, you can't ask their fans who have been travelling home and away in the League Cup to go all the way over to Bradford fans to go all the way to
Reggie, I went to Baku, man. It's the same thing.
No.
Yeah, same distance.
For me,
that's the same distance.
The only game, and you lost 4-1. The only game the only game that can be over there for me is the Community Shield, the Premier League winners, the FA Cup, or second place.
The Super Cup though.
Call it.
I'm trying to come up. Listen, I know it's controversial, but I'm trying to come up with something that's going to spice up this competition and make it meaningful.
They're going to hate it
because the way things are going in the next, look at now with the seeding thing, and that guy makes a good point. In the next few years, the competition's going to be dying because you know what the Champions League are like. They rolled out this. They're going to roll out even bigger because they want to get more teams in it. They want to appease Chelsea's and United's. You think the organisers of the Champions League are happy that Chelsea and United are not in it this season?
See, so what you're saying? Heritage.
No, for the
Champions League need United.
Of course, they need us
for the money.
Heritage.
For the money, when a club like United and Chelsea, well, maybe not Chelsea, but United are in it, right? You know what I mean? It's not good for the competition.
No, it's not.
For them, when the suits are sat round the table and they're looking at it. They want you guys in it.
They're saying, why are Arsenal in it again?
I'm just
being real here. This is just real talk.
Most of the businessmen behind are people that work at Liverpool, that work at Man United. They're the ones that are all having these meetings.
Yeah, but to take the EFL Cup abroad, that is one of the wildest things I've ever heard you say, Robbie.
What's wrong? Well, the thing's dead at the moment. It's dying.
Yeah, for you, because you never win it. We win it. We're the holders.
Listen,
you've got
champions.
Yeah, right.
Holders.
Yeah, and even in that, you played pure kids in a final. Would you have done that if
we had about 15 injuries, Rob?
All right,
you know we did.
But listen, let's be real. Nobody takes that competition serious.
Am I hearing this correctly?
All the time.
Nobody wants to take
everybody.
The EFL Cup.
I want to win it.
I want to win it. We all want to win it.
I want to win it.
But nobody. Let's be real. None of the big teams take that competition fully serious until they get late in the rounds. All right, let's see how strong.
So the solution is to take it to Saudi.
All right. Let's see how strong. Let's see how strong your team is for the game that you got.
Against West Ham.
Against West Ham.
We play Borough. We will be
Let's see if that team is as strong as the team you put out in the Premier League game at the weekend, or the team that you put out the following week when you play the Champions League.
So what? Are you not going to play kids then against Bolton?
Listen, Bolton will play kids. Yeah, but Bolton will change their team.
But Robbie,
that's a competition that's not being taken serious.
No cup game, no domestic cup game is ever going to take priority over Premier League.
However, if the prize money, if you know, say you're one of the big teams, right? And you know that, boy, for winning that competition, right? The prize monies are going to be absolutely huge. You'll take it serious.
Yeah, but do we want we want our teams to field fully strength teams for all competitions and then pick up more injuries?
Not fully strength team, but I want to see stronger. Like you know, I mean, you even see
the championship teams. Then I got best do a strong lineup against Bolton.
Championship teams and League One teams are resting
I'm
players.
going to get to see João Felix balling out against Borough. I'm good.
Do you know what, Robbie? One thing that Robbie's not including in all this though is Arsene Wenger started this. Wenger's the reason that
they haven't won this cup since '93.
When you used to put Carlos Vela, when you used to put all them men out there, bro.
Carlos Vela,
you got a point.
Yeah, you got a point. Arsenal are responsible for the downfall of the League Cup.
And now you want to take it abroad.
Listen, I'm trying to save the competition, bro.
You're not.
You're
trying to kill it even more.
No, I'm trying to save it.
You're not.
Because I'm telling you.
Win it then.
I'm telling you, listen, it's not about who's going to win it. I'm on about a competition that is dying. A competition that is dying. This season's the latest step in the demise of the League Cup with the seeded teams.
What are you saying? The final every round?
not every round, just the final. Play it somewhere where.
So you're expecting Bradford fans, if they get there, to stump up.
When was the last time Bradford got to the
Or
final?
Birmingham fans who beat Arsenal. Remember?
Birmingham fans would make that
James
trip.
McFadden and them, man.
Yo.
Going all the way to America.
You don't think
in the
Birmingham?
final.
You don't
I
think
think they
Birmingham
want to go
fans?
to Wembley.
You don't think Birmingham fans will make that trip?
I think Birmingham fans
but the
want to go
chance-
to Wembley.
They're all desperate to go to Wembley.
The only time in
They're
their
all
life
desperate
potentially to go to Wembley. Those supporters, they
Man, go
want to
Wembley every week
That's the
now, man.
dream.
You go Wembley
You go
semi-final.
Wembley- you go Wembley off the-
Innit? Every week, man, down Wembley now.
everywhere is a
Semi-final. You know what I mean? Wembley's
every
light work now.
Johnston's paint
Wembley back
trophy,
in the
bruv.
day used to be hard to get to Wembley. Now it's light work. You know what I mean? You win a little penalty shootout where it's 90 minutes
Little
straight into a
penalty
penalty shootout. You're at Wembley. Coventry was at Wembley last year.
Someone said in the chat, think of the air pollution, the global warming,
Yeah.
more flights, more connect. You know.
Oh my
You can
God.
walk.
Think about that. Did you think about that?
That person can walk.
All right, just before we move on, give me the stadium it should be hosted in Robbie's imaginary.
That one you played Man
deluded
United.
world.
That one you played United.
I'm saying,
Baku, yeah.
MetLife.
What SoFi Stadium?
Oh,
I'll tell you
SoFi
what, the
Stadium.
final in the SoFi Stadium would be unbelievable
For the EFL
I'm just
Cup.
saying. Listen, I'm not saying where it
We wouldn't
should
even
be.
sell it out, man.
I'm just
Depends
saying.
who's there though.
I'm just saying that. Listen, it could be something that could lift that competition because I see a competition that year in year out is dying, it's diminishing.
So if it goes America, you know what the resale tickets are like out there. You're paying £500 for a ticket.
Well, you
you're
get-
paying
no,
£2
you'd
grand
make
for
sure-
flights and accommodation.
You'd make
and
sure
you're a West Ham fan.
Listen, you make sure that listen, West Ham fans travel. You'd make sure
Not to-
that the true fans, those fans that have followed the club all the
this
way
is
through the
just-
rounds, make sure that those fans.
How
are
do you
looked
make
after.
sure that then?
There's of course you
Ticket-
can.
Ballots
ticket
and all that.
system.
Touts,
Touts, bro. There's touts out
Tickets.
there that
Of course
are buying
you
the
can.
Robbie,
Listen, it's expensive when you go to a final in flipping Europe. You know that. You just go over to France, man, and man's charging you everything. I went to the final of the Euros, right? It was like $500 for a ticket, right? It was like my flight cost me £850 for a flight that normally would cost 50 odd quid.
everyone's saying
Right.
you're wilding out in the
I mean,
chat.
you- I
Cronky
mean,
PR
bro.
and that.
Nothing to,
Inventive.
I never said it. I never said it has to go to America. There's many
Just
destinations.
said the SoFi Stadium.
No, you asked me about the SoFi Stadium. I said it'd be great there. I've been there. It's
Let's
nice.
take it
I
to
said, where
Wales.
should
It can go anywhere.
No,
Millennium
I said
Stadium.
Where should it be?
Millennium
You said
Stadium.
SoFi Stadium would be great. I asked you where it should
it
be.
can go anywhere, man.
Wales,
It can
Millennium
go
Stadium.
anywhere. Someone is going to pay huge money to host that final.
What you saying, Saudi?
Right. Could
Hey,
go
the Americans
Saudi,
will
could
turn
go
up for
anywhere.
it though, man.
Robbie,
the Americans
this
will
is
turn up for it.
absolute codswallop. I've
This
never
is-
heard you chat so much rubbish in my life.
All right.
I'm saying
Pockets
it
be
with
filling
trust.
up, though.
Let me
this is
tell you something,
ridiculous.
right? I'm
It's
being
absolutely
If I can get a
ridiculous.
tell you
cut, if I can get a
something,
cut, I can make
right?
a
I feel like
can make
Simon
a-
Jordan right
make
now.
a point for
Right,
it.
you're saying it's ridiculous, right? But let's see. In years to come, let's see. Because
we know
a
it's
lot
gonna
of-
go that way.
A lot of things sound ridiculous now.
Absolutely.
Right? And
It's gonna go that way.
A lot of things is fashionable now to say certain things. But I'm telling you, the way this competition's going, either there'll be no League Cup in a few years' time because none of the big teams are going to really want to participate in it. Or they're going to have to come up with a solution that gives teams an incentive to really have a
it
go
all
for it.
stems back to Wenger, man. It's your fault. All of this is.
It ain't my fault. My name's not Arsene Wenger.
Wenger.
Robert Lyle, as you can
Oh, Robert, yeah, no,
Robert, innit?
Right, let's get on to